Hello children, welcome back to my talks, and here I'm again back with the 10th standard English, okay, first flight, and we had already done up to lesson 6, the 100 dresses part 1, and here we are back with the 100 dresses part 2, and the author is Else or Easter. This is a continuation of the previous chapter, lesson 5, 100 dresses part 1, okay. So the story begins with Vanda again. We had left it at Vanda where she had won a prize, okay, for that art competition which was there, and she did not attend the school from quite many days, and now we are going to continue with it. Okay, so let's start with the chapter. So Miss Mason is the teacher, okay, Vanda's class teacher maybe, okay, and she was there in the class, okay, and the whole class had gathered into that room, okay, and she gets a message from the principal's office. A notice is brought from the principal's office, okay, and the teacher reads it and she was happy. The happiness, the expression of happiness can be seen on her face, and she tells the class that this is a letter from Vanda's father and I'm going to read it out for you all, okay, and she starts reading out the letter. Okay, and she, as the father had written the letter said that Vanda and her sister, both of them won't be coming to school anymore. Why? Because they are moving to a big city. Okay, so no more silly jokes and no funny names, what the children used to make fun of Vanda, okay, fun of her name, fun of her lookout, fun of her dressing, everything. And as she spoke like that, the teacher spoke this, okay, there was a deep silence in the class, okay, and the teacher understood. She told that no one will hurt anyone's feelings. It was because his or her name was long. So finally the teacher understood that the children somewhere felt guilty within themselves, that they had been teasing her, they had been calling her names, okay, and now they felt sad about it, okay. So the teacher said that you should never hurt somebody's feelings, okay, and never more make joke of somebody if the name is long or some peculiarities there in the name and all that, okay. So what had happened was bad and she asked them to think about that. So the teacher also knew. She said that whatever till now you have done, that was really not good, so think over it so that you don't repeat it anymore in future, okay. So but Maddie's reaction at personal level, that she talks about, okay, she could not put her mind to work. Maddie was very disturbed. She was not able to concentrate into her work, okay. Even the first period she was not able to concentrate, and yes, it was true that she never enjoyed Peggy's asking Vanda about. Yes, Maddie did not appreciate whenever Peggy asked her about her dresses and about her shoes and all that, she made fun of. So Maddie, because she was a friend of Peggy, or you can say in other words, Peggy was her best friend, and that is why she accompanied. But she never appreciated Peggy inquiring Vanda about her dresses or about her shoes and making fun. Try and understand that, children. And but the only problem was that she never stopped Peggy from doing that, okay. She stood over there silently seeing everything happening, okay. But that is also bad. When you know that something wrong is going on and you don't interfere, that again you are somewhere, some percentage you are also responsible for that. So she was a coward, and Peggy never thought that they were mean, okay. So that was very selfish on her part, and she considered herself as coward because she did not stop her friend from teasing Vanda. Yes. Now Maddie wondered if she could do something. Now Maddie was she took up, she understood that she had done wrong, okay, and she thought that if I could do something, okay, or I could at least go to Vanda and tell her that I'm really very sorry. That was going on into her mind, okay, and she just wanted to meet once Vanda, and she wanted to tell her that she never meant to insult her, okay. So she looked at Peggy, and Maddie decided to do something, okay. So finally what? they wanted to find out her house, okay, Venda Petronsky's house, okay, and they went climbing, both Peggy and Maddie, okay, went the hill up, and then they thought that they would go there and tell Venda, okay, that she had won the contest, she had won the competition, or whatever, okay. So Peggy's mind, what she was thinking was, the school was over, okay, in the afternoon, both of them, they would casually go to her house, as if not to tell that we are very sorry, but at least just wondering, they would go to her house, okay, and from now onwards they would never tease her. That would be there in their mind, okay, and not even a thought of that, that they making fun of her or something like that, okay, and they would just tell her that we have come here to tell you that you have won the competition. So now also she thought that Vanda was very dumb, she will not understand what was the reason of their coming to her house, okay. So Maddie did not say anything, okay. She hoped they would find Vanda, okay, and she wanted to tell her that they were very sorry about whatever has happened, and she would tell her not to move to another city. She would tell her that you be in the school, we'll be friends with you, and from now onwards we will never tease you or never insult you or never make fun of you, okay. So finally they reached Vanda's house, okay, and the house was very you can say shabby, but it looked clean, and again it reminded of Maddie's dress, okay, Maddie of Vanda's one dress, and there was no sign of life, like the house was as if it was closed, okay, and there was no life over there, means nobody was found over there, okay. So Peggy knocked on the door and there was no response, and they understood that they had already left, Vanda's family had already left, okay, and the regret of not saying sorry, that remained into their heart. So Peggy told Maddie that now they cannot do anything about it, okay. When they asked Vanda about her dress, she had been getting good ideas about her drawings, she might have won the contest without that, okay. So Peggy again took the credit, okay, of winning the contest, of Vanda's winning the contest on herself. She said that it was she who would always poke Vanda that how many dresses you have and what sort of dresses you have, and that made Vanda think about the dresses, and that thought of hers made her draw all the dresses and drawings and all that, and that is what won her prize, okay. So Maddie thought about the idea of Peggy that night and she could not sleep. Now also she was taking the credit, okay. She thought of Vanda, her dress and her house. She thought and at last she reached to an important conclusion. Who is this? Maddie was thinking about it, okay. So she decided to say something if anyone made fun of the other before her. So one decision she took at night, that if in front of her somebody will make fun of the other person, she would get up and she would try to stop over there. Means now she will interfere, she will not see somebody insulted in front of her. And she could lose Peggy's friendship for that. She could never make anybody unhappy, okay. So she also decided that if that would cost Peggy's friendship, she was ready to lose Peggy's friendship, but she would not make somebody unhappy in her life anymore, okay. So on Saturday, Maddie was with Peggy, okay, that after that Saturday, and they were writing a letter to Vanda. So they both sat and they sat to write a letter to Vanda. So it was just a friendly letter, and they praised Vanda's drawings over there. They had meant to say that they were sorry. They mailed the letter to Boggins Heights. So finally, again they tried to write a letter, okay, to Vanda to tell her that they were sorry and she had won the contest. So there came no reply from Vanda to that letter, and Peggy had begun to forget it. Maddie tried to sleep, making speeches about Vanda. Okay, so Peggy had already forgotten. There was no reply to that letter, but Maddie normally used to, as if in sleep also, she used to talk to Vanda, making speeches. Okay, and it was Christmas time, and on the last day of the school, Miss Mason showed the class a letter from Vanda. So Christmas, okay, the school was going to get closed, and the last day of Christmas, and finally there was a letter from Vanda. So it was addressed to her, and Miss Mason read out the letter to the class. So Vanda wrote to Miss Mason to tell the girls that they would keep those 100 dresses. Okay, so Vanda had written to her friends. Okay, she had asked the teacher to tell her friends that they would keep all the 100 dresses, all her 100 dresses. Okay, in her new house they had 100 new ones, and she also said that she had a new house when she had shifted to the city, and there she had another 100 dresses. She wanted Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming. Okay, so she gave that one of her drawings to Peggy, and Maddie could have the blue one. So the drawing with the blue dress, that she gave to Maddie. She wished Merry Christmas to all. Okay, and what was the reaction of the students about this letter? Okay, on the way home that day when Maddie and Peggy were returning home, okay, they had those drawings of Vanda in their hands, okay, and all the houses had been decorated beautifully because this is the story of the West, and finally they celebrate Christmas. So in the air also there was a smell of Christmas, cakes, okay, flowers. Light reflected different colors on the snow, okay. But Peggy told that Vanda's letter showed that she had got their letter. So Peggy said that definitely the letter which we had written, she must have received it, and that is why she has sent that reply. She liked the place, she also liked them, and she had a different way to show that. And she told Maddie that she must have received the letter, and this was the way of expressing her gratitude towards them, okay, and she had maybe forgiven her friends. Okay, so Maddie thought differently. She felt sad that she won't see Vanda again. So Maddie was somewhere feeling sorry. She wanted to meet Vanda and tell her sorry. Okay, so she couldn't even really make the things right between them. She couldn't tell them. She couldn't tell Vanda face to face that she was sorry about whatever has happened. She pinned the drawing in the bedroom and she looked at it and said nothing. So that drawing, she kept it in her bedroom, and every day she used to watch it. Okay, she felt Vanda had been nice to her. She had tears in her eyes and she studied the drawing carefully. She noticed the face and the head of the drawing. It looked like her own head and mouth. Vanda had drawn it for her. She ran to Peggy to tell all this. Okay, so that drawing told many things. Maddie was mad. Okay, thinking about her. She always, whenever she looked at the drawing, she used to think about Vanda, okay, how good she was. They insulted her, they told quite many things to her, they made fun of her, but she never tell them anything, okay. And she went to Peggy to tell all this, what the things come into her mind after seeing the drawing. So Maddie told Peggy that Vanda had drawn the drawing for her. Actually, she had drawn this, okay, drawn both of them in her drawings. So she said that she was able to see in the drawing that she had drawn Vanda had drawn Maddie as well as her in the drawing, okay, and she could read the drawing now very carefully. So Peggy told Maddie that she did not say that Vanda had liked them. Anyway, Maddie agreed, and she had tears in her eyes when she thought of Vanda looking at the laughing girls, and there were 100 of them there. So finally, at the end, when they see the drawing, okay, it brings tears to their eyes, saying that she had drawn all those girls and she had drawn the dresses. So her drawing depicted all her friends, the dresses, whatever was there, okay. So at the end, children, we can just conclude saying that we shouldn't make fun of anybody. We should be very acceptive, okay. Accept what comes to your minds. Do not make friendship on the basis of caste, creed, religion, richness, poor, okay. So all that must not be there. Sometimes the names which are funny, okay. So be careful about it. And with that, we come to the end of the chapter, okay. Hope you must have liked it. Very thoughtful. You all keep bullying in the class also. So take care of that and learn something from the chapter. Instead of theoretically, practically it should be there, okay. Hope you must have liked it. Do put a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Keep watching. Thank you. Thank you.